for my tour, I decided to do Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm from Jacksonville, North Carolina, which is 2 hours away from Raleigh, but I wanted to do a bigger city since Jacksonville doesn't really have a lot. So my first place is Duke University. It's one of the top schools. If you go to the universities in Raleigh, you have choice between three, and you either like one or don't like all three. They kind of have a competition thing. So Duke is one of the oldest schools. Um, it's a private research university, and it's kind of like farther from downtown, but it's still a big school. So then the second school is University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, UNC. Um, this one is, like I said, one of the other top universities. Um, it actually was one of the first public universities. So going to the third university, that is North Carolina State University. Um, it's actually downtown, and um, it has the bell tower, which was for World War One victims and those that died during World War One. All right, so NC State's one of the bigger schools, and they have a landmark that is actually what I was talking about, the NC State Memorial Bell Tower. So the Memorial Bell Tower stands for alumni that died in World War One. Um, it cost a lot of money to make, and it's still there, and they still use it for any of their achievements, and like in the school and first day of school and gathering. Um, and they often turn it red for any of those occasions. So then to go with NC State again is the NC State Fair. And that's kind of far from NC State, but it's still like in their property. And this is a big thing in October for North Carolina. Like everybody comes out, they learn about agriculture and anything that you would want to learn about consumer sciences and services. Um, it's actually common for field trips to be done here. I know in eighth grade we did a field trip to the NC State Fair, and that was a huge thing. Um, and then, of course, I have to show the NC North Carolina State Capitol. Um, it's not really in use anymore, but it's still a big part of Raleigh. Now, which is downtown Raleigh. Um, to go more downtown, you'd get to a couple of museums, which these are pretty cool museums I've been to a couple times. So this is North Carolina Museum of History. It's actually a Smithsonian Institute, and it's um, free for public, so it's really good for field trips. And then the other one is North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. I'm sorry. Um, and I also have been here too, and it's really cool. Like it's 3 stories. This is also a place for field trips. I actually went to a Girl Scout field trip here. And then one place that I've been to many field trips, especially with my art class, is North Carolina Museum of Art. As I mentioned here, there's 2 collections, there's 2 buildings. One's got the permanent, and the other one has the different shows. So I know if they've done like an auto show, they've done like pop art, they had Da Vinci there. Um, so they have a lot of stuff going on there as well. Um, I also added to the libraries. So this is one of the history libraries, and it's a local library, and it's got a lot of, as exhibits, and it's got a lot of like war stuff and other North Carolina history. Um, so, oh, and then we also have the city market, which is like a farmer's market. They have that on Saturdays, but it's also just where you can go shopping, and it's been open for a really long time, and it's actually now a historic center.